live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710, and we will certainly be discussing the trade that the Mariners have made with Ryan Rowland-Smith. In case you missed it, you just tuned in, maybe you've been in a work meeting or something. The Mariners have traded Paul Sewald to the Arizona Diamondbacks for infielder Josh Rojas, Dominic Canzone, who's been a DH, and then a prospect infielder Ryan Bliss is the package in exchange for Paul Sewald, and we've asked for people to text in and give their reaction. The question is this now a better version of the Mariners after this trade? Do you feel like their chances are even better to catch somebody in the West, to catch, grab that last wild card spot, what have you? 866-979-3776, powered by Mac and Jack's Brewing Company. And I can tell you, to this point, Dave, it is wildly unpopular, this trade. I have not seen many that have come out and said, hey, guys, I love it. This is going to be great. Now, it still can be. You allow for the idea that maybe these two guys were viewed as underutilized out there because neither have played a full season. So their exposure has been limited. But you just look at the production. It's not impressive. One is old. One is a young guy at 25. The other is 29 years old. And then you've got the prospect who's not going to do anything for you, certainly this year. So, it's to this point, I don't love it. The fans don't love it. I would love to see how the team feels about it. But other moves are being made. I mean, the teams in your division, Rangers pick up Max Scherzer and Jordan Montgomery. The Angels pick up Lucas Giolito, Reynaldo Lopez from the White Sox, and they just picked up C.J. Cron and Randall Grichuk. So they've added. They're only a half game in front of the Mariners, and they are going for it. Blue Jays picked up Jordan Hicks from the Cardinals. Mark Canha is a guy that was rumored to be of interest for the Seattle Mariners. He is now going to the Brewers. He just got traded to the Brewers. So,
it's interesting. You mentioned, do we give him a chance, whatever. I just want to emphasize, this is a right now reaction.
Yeah,
right now reaction. All we have
first
to go
blush.
all we have to go on is what we know about Paul Sewald and what we don't know about these three that they traded for. So, and here are back-to-back texts. Trade Dipoto. And then followed by Canzone tore it up at AAA. He has tremendous upside from the 206. So I mean, you hope that's what it is, right? But right now, it doesn't look great. And the Graveman trade looked good for a little while there. We thought Toro was going to be somebody who he didn't turn out to be. But who else did they get in that? Was that it? Was it only?
No, was it Joe Smith?
No, wasn't it?
Joe Smith.
A very forgettable name.
Yeah, no wonder I couldn't remember.
Cousin of Schmegegi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, you got to give Jerry a chance, and I think that's the thing about, being the GM. It's like, well, I know it's going to be unpopular, but this is something we think we got better, and if he thinks we got better, then he's the GM, and we're a bunch of Joe Blows out here.
Well, the other part is he's working with financial constraints. He doesn't. As much as he's the guy, on good or bad, that's part of his job, is to go out there and be the mouthpiece and be the face and tell you why this is good, or sell you on the idea that the offseason moves were enough, or what have you. When everybody talks about a team being cheap or not spending, that's not Jerry. Jerry's like a kid who gets an allowance and says, your mom or dad says, make it work. Here's your 10, 20 baht, whatever it is. Just figure out a way to make it work. That's what it is. Jerry doesn't dictate how much this team spends. He gets an allowance. He gets a pot of money to work with. This is what you've got. Figure it out. And obviously, it's not the same. It's not the same pot of money that they're dealing with in Texas with the Rangers or with the Angels or with the Yankees or the Dodgers. We can go up and down the list of teams that have spent a lot of money and are spending a lot of money. But he's got some constraints, so I don't know what's available to him in the way of committing to somebody like, hey, I want to trade for this guy, but he comes with this price tag. His management or his ownership going, nah.
Yeah. I'm looking at it's funny. One of the first name that came to mind when you said who replaces Paul Sewald, who's the new one, I was tempted to say Justin Topa, and just because, I mean, we've talked to him a couple of times, but I'm looking at his numbers in July. 11 innings pitched. He's given up 1 earned run, 0 home runs. He's walked 1 and struck out 12. So a lot of ground ball outs, and I don't know. He's 0.82 in the month of July. Maybe that's your new Paul Sewald. Maybe when you put him in that position, he excels and pitches like he's been pitching in July. I would think that would over Brash. I mean, Brash to me is just too unpredictable. I love having him in there.
Surprised you to hear that reaction from you,
Well,
because you're a big Brash guy.
Well, I am a Brash guy, but I do see like what his limitations are, and he has serious problems with control. And and I think nothing. Also, just for the fans and the Banton boys or the Renton boys, what are they? Bandon boys.
Bandon boy.
Yeah, Moyer. And
Are you trying to upset Paul? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, I am. I'm needling Paul. No, but you know, that would cause kind of an uproar, because he's one of those guys. I feel like Brash is a guy you either love or hate, and maybe not hate, but I mean, like, you go, oh boy, here he goes again. He's losing control, and he has some very wild pitches, very wild. But he also has some just ridiculous stuff that goes 90% of the way to the plate and then just takes a hard left turn.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, he's got ridiculous stuff. If he can command it, he becomes, a guy you look at as almost unhittable. But that's, as you touched on, and everybody's seen it, command at times has been an issue. Now he's been, you look at Brash's numbers, he's been pretty darn effective. I mean, he's very, very good. And we'll see. Maybe he doesn't commit to any one guy at this point. Maybe it'll be about just, hey, who's feeling good tonight? Who do I feel good about? How often have they been used? Who's rested? What have you? Matchups, the whole thing. But it's I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with these guys, how they fit in. Do you have more news here left?
Yeah, it's not important. Contrary to what the texters think, I think they're just celebrating. So A.J. Pollock's been traded to the Giants.
Oh, no way.
That's it. No even return announced yet. So
it's just here. You can have him.
Yeah, A.J. Pollock and utility man Mark Mathias are going to the Giants. That's from Jeff Passan.
I'm tempted to put. You ever go by somewhere and then someone has put a couch out on the street?
Yeah, it says free.
Please take one.
Sorry,
Pollock was there with a sign on him that said free.
I'll take it.
So A.J. Pollock is the Mariners. The Pollock era has come to an end before it even made it to the end of the first season.
Watch, he's going to go to the Giants and just start hitting him out of the park right now.
Maybe it will. I don't know. Who knows? I'm still waiting for the one guy to text in that really got on me about criticizing the Pollock acquisition. You don't understand. You don't get baseball. He kills lefties. You wait and see.
I'm guessing we're not going to hear from him.
I'm guessing that's usually how it goes. Yeah, we're probably not going to hear from that person who was really, really eager to tell me how much I didn't know and how wrong I was going to be about Pollock. And I wish I was wrong. Anytime you predict something or you don't feel good about it, I hope I'm wrong about this trade. I don't feel great about this trade. You asked, would I reverse it if I could right now? Yeah. But you know what? Maybe in a month I'm going to be going, can you believe I would have reversed this trade? Yeah, I mean, I hope that's where we're at. I hope for me, and I would hope everybody that's texting in, and we're on the same page. I feel about the trade as everybody else does, but I would hope that we're all hoping for the same thing, that a month from now we're going, wow, great move. These guys have been clutch, or they've been huge contributors to this run that they're on, what have you. But, right now, first blush, not really feeling that.